Shalom, everybody at Shana Tova. My name is Rabbi Sarah Rich, and I am so pleased to be sharing another high holiday message with you. Outside my door right now, things are very busy at Hillel. We have students here in the Hillel Center listening to music, eating cookies, comparing notes about their classes, and getting to know each other. And we have welcomed students back to school this year with a barbecue. We're having our weekly bagel brunches, which are busy and lively every Monday, and beautiful student-led musical Shabbat services and meals on Fridays. And in between, we have a range of programs that are educational and social and are building community here on campus every single day. We are, of course, also getting ready for the high holidays. And in preparation for the large amount of time that we will be spending in services, I wanted to share some thoughts with you about prayer. This is a very prayerful time of year, with prayers asking for our personal needs, health and sustenance, our communal needs of safety and support, and our personal aspirations for teshuvah, for personal growth, and for compassion to temper God's judgment. That is a lot to be praying for. So my question is, what does it mean for our prayers to be successful? How do we know if our prayers work? I will share a midrash, a story with you, which comes from the Talmud. This is a story about Elijah the prophet, who offers some unexpected insight about what it means to pray. And you know Elijah, I'm sure. He has come to your Brit Milah or to your Passover Seder. And we're taught that Elijah takes on different roles here on earth, often with a message to deliver. So in this story, we learn that one of Elijah's roles is to be the daily attendant at the learning academy of the great Yehuda Hanasi. One day, Elijah comes in late. And apologetically, he explains the reason. The day was Rosh Chodesh, the celebration of the new moon. And another role that Elijah has, brace yourself, is it is his job to awaken from the dead our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, every single day so that they can recite their daily prayers. One at a time, Elijah awakens first Abraham, washes his hands, leads him to a place where he can offer his prayers to God, and when he's finished, puts him back in his resting place and repeats the same process with Isaac and with Jacob. Now on Rosh Chodesh, there is a Musaf addition to the service, which makes it extra long. So by the time Elijah finished putting back Yaakov, Jacob, he was late to see Rabbi Yehuda Hanasi and to serve as the attendant at his academy, at his yeshiva. Now you might ask, wouldn't it be more efficient if all three could just pray at the same time? Elijah explains to Rabbi Yehuda that each of these three men are so pious that if they were to pray all at the same time, they would surely bring the Messiah. And it is not yet time for the Messiah. But because they're so pious and they would pray with such passion, God would have no choice but to oblige. So, intrigued by this, Rabbi Yehuda asks Elijah, is there by any chance anyone alive today who is so pious that God would have to give in to the prayers? And Elijah, being honest, says, oh, yeah, there is actually Rabbi Chia and his sons. So immediately, Rabbi Yehuda calls a day of prayer, a fast day, and summons Rabbi Chia and his sons to lead the prayers. And what happens next is very dramatic. When they pray for wind, the winds gust. And when they pray for rain, it pours down in sheets. Well, God clues in to what's going on and knows that they are about to pray for redemption. God starts sending heavenly fire down at Elijah, who also figures out what's going on and very quickly morphs into a bear, starts growling, scares away the minion. This disrupts the prayer session sufficiently so that right on time, they do not pray for the Messiah, and God is not forced to bend to the will of these prayers before the Messiah's due time. What I'm left wondering from this incredible story is, what is the point of having these prayers in our daily liturgy if it's not supposed to work? The prayer for redemption is recited 3 times a day, but it appears in other portions of prayers. This prayer appears in Birkat HaMazon, the grace after meals. So it's very surprising to me that while there is this kind of express route to redemption, at the last minute, Elijah has to thwart what we would see as the success of these prayers. The reason given in the story is that God would be forced to bring redemption before the right time. And there's an idea that while redemption is very, very important, it's not meant to be realized until a certain point. And yet, we don't wait until that point to pray for it, but rather it's part of our prayers each day. This means that there must be some value in the experience of praying for something that we do not see right now or potentially never see in our lifetime. But what is that value? I would like to suggest that the act of prayer helps crystallize for ourselves what matters most to us. Praying for redemption, even if it can't happen right now, means that we believe that our world can be better. We hope it will be better, and we commit to actions that can earn us the redemption that we seek. The same is true for the other things that we pray for: health, forgiveness, peace. As we express our longing, we have an honest moment with God and with ourselves about what we care about and hopefully what we can do to work towards it. And when it comes to praying for teshuvah, there's also a value in the process itself. Because even if we solve, as it were, one issue, if a prayer comes true, that we become better in one kind of way, what happens when we face the same situation the next time? And so praying that we become better is an opportunity to think about ourselves, but to realize that it's not a prayer that's going to make the difference, that we need to make the difference, and that takes practice. That can take sometimes a lifetime of practice. And while we hope that each year when we come back for high holiday services, that some of the actions we've committed to, that some of our prayers have come true in our lives. But we know that many of our actions are still with us, and that we are in a continuing process of improvement, and that that's okay. And that prayer is an opportunity to make us more attuned, to make us more aware, and to give us a chance to commit to learning, to practicing, to trying, and hopefully one day to succeeding. My blessing is that our prayers are heard by God and that they are heard by us, that we have the opportunity to connect and to work and to commit towards all that we want for ourselves and for our world this year. Shana Tova.